Hey guys, my name is Grant. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. I am a live streamer on Twitch as well as a YouTuber, and I've been rolling with some pretty shoddy monitors for the last couple of years. Monitors that I bought when I first started gaming, cheap ones that I could just get highest resolution with the lowest milliseconds that I could from a PC store, and kind of needed to play games in my room while my parents watched TV by myself. I've explained a lot of the stuff in a previous video. Anyway, AOC saw a tweet that I made about really wanting new monitors, and they brought the heat. They dropped off 3 monitors in my house. AOC, thank you very much. And I decided to do a video kind of just covering, I'm actually just looking at the monitors now, kind of like my thoughts on the monitors, why I like them, things I don't like about them. I'm being pretty honest about it. I'm not being paid to do these videos, but the fact that they gave them to me is pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed right now, and I'm gonna let you know why in a bit. If you guys want to see the AMD FreeSync one, the G2460PG version, I'll include a link in the description below. But this one is for everybody that has bought a NVIDIA GeForce G-Sync compatible card. So if you guys have a G-Sync NVIDIA compatible product, this is gonna be the video for you. So they dropped off 3 monitors. I was gonna say 2. They've dropped off 3 monitors. The 2 were AMD FreeSync, because my main gaming PC, it's got a Ryzen 7, it's got a Vega 56, it's an AMD rig, it's got a Radeon card, it's got FreeSync, it's great. So they brought the heat with 2 of those monitors. They're slightly cheaper than the monitor we're gonna be speaking about right now. The main monitor that I'm using right now is the G2460PG2. The main reason it's my main monitor right now is because I'm actually running Aero X5 V8 as my main gaming rig through a capture card into my Ryzen desktop so that you guys can see the performance. I'm sponsored by Gigabyte. They gave me this notebook, and the way that I'd set up my setup was I really wanted you guys to see the performance of the notebook in the live streams as best that you can without it having to have like other kinds of software on the machine. Like if you're running OBS and streaming, like playing a high-end game. If I played PUBG and had OBS on this thing, it would explode. So we don't want that to happen, so I'll run it through the machine. It's got a mini display port out into a display port. It does come with the cables that you need to have it in, on your PC. I went and bought a mini display port out because that's what the notebook supported, into a display port. It's not that much money. I think it's like $100 or $150 in rands, not dollars or pounds or anything. So it's pretty cheap, but that does mean that I get like the optimum performance. The Aero X5 V8 has a 1070 GPU in it that is G-Sync compatible, which is important if you guys are looking at getting a screen like this. It's got a 1 millisecond response time. It's 24 inches big, so it's a really good size for a desktop screen. It's got a 1000:1 contrast ratio, and it's 1080p. It's not 4K. I think that's fine. There's not many screens at this price range that you can get that are gonna be 4K, if any, that I know of. To be real with you, you don't really need it, especially for my purposes as a game streamer. I'm not streaming in 4K, I'm only streaming in 1080p. It accommodates that for me, so that's fine. That's all I really need. I'd rather have 1080p at the best performance than 4K for no reason. I like to focus more on like some competitive games, so having a higher resolution is not as important as frame rate. The screen has 180 Hz refresh rate, which is really important. Most screens come with a 60 Hz refresh rate, which means that you're actually losing frames. As far as I know, it interpolates the frames, so the graphics card is pushing out frames, and you just see like a blur where those frames are. It's very subtle, but it's blurry. But when you have a higher Hertz, you can see every single frame that the GPU is outputting. It's in sync with your GPU. That's a bottleneck for a lot of systems. It's something that not a lot of people talk about when you're buying a GPU. You get like sold the graphics card, but if your screen doesn't have a function like G-Sync, you're not really getting the most out of your graphics card. And in any system, there's always a bottleneck. When you build a PC, sometimes it's RAM, sometimes it's your CPU, sometimes it's your GPU, sometimes there's something preventing you from getting the best performance as is possible. And the one thing that a lot of people overlook is the screen, right? This is the monitor is talking to the GPU, and it needs to get the best output. So that's why stuff like FreeSync and G-Sync exist, so that you can get the best performance without any screen tearing, which is when the screen moves so quickly that it cuts. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. And with the most silky smooth amount of frames. You want to see everything that the GPU can do, what it's capable of doing. I like to look at it like a pair of glasses, right? You can get the best prescription in the world on your glasses, but if your frames are dirty, if your lenses are actually physically dirty, smudges on them or water dirty, you're not getting the best look. It functions, it works, but you're not getting the best resolution or the best like perspective out of them. Think about it as getting like glasses for your games? Kind of a weird enough. You get what I'm saying. Unlike the FreeSync model, this one doesn't have an audio output, which kind of sucks. It's kind of bare bones when it comes to the cables in it, but it does have a USB powered hub that talks to your PC. So you have a USB power cable that plugs in, and it becomes 4 other USB cables, so you can plug your mouse or your keyboard from your desk into your screen, and it will work in your PC, which is great. That's a really great feature. I was gonna get a USB powered hub. Getting 2 or 3 of these monitors, like I've got, means that I can now have that kind of functionality. I can get that functionality kind of for free, right? It's in the monitor that I was gonna buy anyway. It's got a completely adjustable stand. It can be raised like 130 centimeters. It can pivot 90 degrees. It can rotate 160 degrees, which is great. And it can tilt up to 20 degrees. So if you need the screen to be tilted or whatever, it's great to have functionality like that. I've explained a lot of that stuff in my previous video, but if you are streaming and your desk setup is kind of awkward and you need to tilt the screen so that you can see it, or if you've got a project that you're working on, a visual project, something in Photoshop, Lightroom, or Premiere, and you want your colleague to see it, you can swivel the screen right there. It's great. The only thing that I don't like of the screen, the only criticism that I can make, is that the finish isn't the best. It is all plastic, pretty much all the way around, with like a brushed metal steel look, but it's got a really stylish green line at the bottom because it's, you know, NVIDIA, get it? Matches your rig. But the build quality is really good. So if you are definitely not a fan of plastic and you want to get like a metal screen or something, I don't know how many people are going to complain about that. Actually, that's ridiculous. That's not any reason not to get the screen. Quality of what you're getting, the features that you're getting for this price is mad. I think it's like between 4,000 and 5,000 Rand, which is extremely cheap for a screen like this, and especially if you've got a really good graphics card. If you've got a 1070, for instance, a 1070 and up, you can get incredible performance with this. For an extra 5 grand for a piece of hardware that you would be getting anyway, you need a new screen. Get something that has 144 hertz, that can display your 140 frames that you're putting out, and just give it like that. It looks amazing. Notable mentions, it comes with the cable that you need, it comes with the software, it also has a cable organizer at the back, which is really nifty. I like it a lot. I'm a sucker for cable management, and a lot of cable management's terrible. It's like Velcro straps that like tie things together, and I've had ones in a Samsung monitor, my previous one, which is like, it's like a plastic cover that goes over the cables. It doesn't work because the cover gets pulled out by the cables. It's a mess. This is a great solution. The stand is nice and thick, so it's very sturdy, and you can run the cables down the back. Also, both of these screens can be wall mounted if you do need to wall mount them. And they weigh close to 6 kilograms without the stand. In summary, that 1 millisecond response time, everything. G-Sync, need we say more? The USB hub powered on the screen, incredible plus. Coming with the cables that you need for your rig, thank you. Being able to pivot and swivel your screen in every which way is extremely handy. 144 hertz, butter smooth. It feels like you've got a new graphics card in your computer. Completely overlooked feature. I am extraordinarily happy, and I just want to say thank you to AOC for giving them to me. This would have been like a 15 grand setup if I had to buy it myself. I was looking at getting these screens, and you saw my tweet, and you came to the party. Thank you very much. Hope you're not too upset with my critique. The one thing that a lot of people probably won't like is the fact that it's got that brushed plastic finish on the sides. But when you're playing a game, I actually can't even see the screen because it's just like looking at the monitor. And it's not ugly, it's just maybe not everyone's cup of tea. I like they all match. Like, my desk looks incredible. I will be doing a setup tour very soon once I get back from London and I've neatened up the place, just so that I can show you how I've set up my notebook so that I can play at 144 hertz and with G-Sync activated and record the stream at the same time. I'll do a video on that as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button and subscribe. It means a lot to me building this channel. Everybody that has supported, you guys are incredible. I owe this whole experience to you. And if you are thinking about picking up a monitor, make sure that you check out the links in the description below. Support my sponsor Loot.co.za. They are my main retailer. If you guys buy anything from them, that's the way you can support my channel. Tweet me, take photographs of it. It means a huge amount. It keeps me here. It keeps me alive on YouTube. I'll see you guys in another video. High five, stranger. Cheers.